how to feel better. What do I mean by this? I mean just across the board in like every dimension, in a sense. It's not black and white, I guess, if you want to get all philosophical, but I think I've got wisdom on how this you just want to hear this, especially if you're young. This is stuff these are practices that I do now, action that I take maybe, or ways of looking at the world that just like, let's just get fucking straight into it. Let's not chat shit. Alright. But basically, long story short, yeah, the reason I say this, and it sounds like a bit of a fucking vague title, yeah, is you'd be surprised. I swear that most of this population is just fucking not even awake. I'm not literally, I don't want to be a cunt, but I mean, everyone is just like, and I've been guilty of it, you know, like, and there's many different ways of doing it, but a lot of it is linked to physical health, but it's just the way, right, just right off the bat, I'll just start listing shit. This kind of lifestyle, man, a lot of people do this, and do what you want, you can do what the fuck you want, but I think this is wise, and I think most people would probably wish if they could go back in time, they'd probably implement these principles, I can't lie, because you learn the hard way if you don't, often. But, so, instead of fucking, but it's because a lot of people are very unconscious about it as well, it's quite bizarre, but a lot of it as well is quite hidden information, like a lot of people are not open-minded, they've just been like programmed, or they're stupid, drinking too much fluoride, or they're got cognitive dissonance, or everyone around they're just doing some groupthink shit, fear on the TV, etc. Long story short, yeah, you're out here, you eat a Rustler's burger for breakfast. I know people who do that. The way that a lot of builders and labourers and these people with like trade skills on construction sites, their breakfast, man, they literally come. Like, I know this guy, yeah, he eats Greggs every morning for breakfast, and fair enough, but like, don't confuse being hench with actual health. Like, I've made a video before on my TikTok called "Everyone's been sick their whole lives, but they don't know because they don't have the contrast, and in order to get the contrast, you have to actually consciously pursue a wise diet and be very observant and learn from it, and it's a process that takes many years to like, an important thing to note, like say the shamans here, they use the word diet, but they use it when they diet, they often do it with a psychedelic, so they will diet with a certain plant, but like what I've noticed basically, here we go, there's two modes, this is very important. So here's how there's two modes that I can be in, and for the most part it goes for everyone else. Like normally people will just go like, oh, you know, one bag of crisp won't hurt, you know, because conventionally it's alright, okay, sound, and you just kind of eat whatever, and you're just, you know, you just eat what, for the most part, what most other people eat. Or even if you're healthy, you might think, oh, fuck it, you know, you'll eat something that's like a one takeaway every never probably is not so bad. And yeah, obviously it isn't, but I mean, basically the higher self, or the higher way of pursuing your health anyway, for the dietary aspect, and I'll get more holistic on how this all ties into just feeling better in general, is you go through your day understanding everything that goes into your body. So you actually research like everything that's known on the various ingredients, like as much as you can know, and you actually really look into it. It's crazy how diverse nature is, and how many different plants and different cultures and different medicines and some of the medicines, like I know the psychedelic medicines are illegal over here, superfoods, and like just the intelligence of nature and the plant and the food world. You learn a lot about that, yeah, if you research Dr. Robert Morse, Dr. Sebi. There's a rapper called Inspector Veg, obviously Mr. Traumatic. So I can kind of eye it up. It's like, I won't, like, because it's a lot to do with fasting as well. Like, when I said about people don't have the contrast, and everyone is sick their whole lives, and what I mean by this is when I made that statement after I'd pursued my first grape fast, and I fasted on purple grapes for 2 days. They were dead grapes from the co-op that have got pesticides and like genetically modified, and they're seedless and stuff. So cultivate an intuition for like, you really organic is where is that, bro. You don't want to like the way, it's so stupid, man, like the way that we go about it. I don't understand where all these, this is kind of a side note, how the fuck are there so many crises? Why the fuck why do we not live in like abundant gardens? Please tell me why we didn't do that instead. Why the fuck is there not lots of gardens everywhere so that there's food everywhere? Like, all these men out here that have got no food, I'm like, surely we could make a fucking garden. Why not? Can't we put a greenhouse or some shit? Where's all these crises coming from? What's the problem? Why can't you just grow lots of stuff all year round? There's different stuff that you can still cultivate plants in the winter. I'm just going off. But I don't get it. Like when I started noticing all the berries and all the bushes, and like some people got apple trees and that, I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is obviously, I grew up in a yard with plastic grass. I don't know who the fuck thought that was a good idea. But anyway, the best way to be able to diet in that, in an intelligent way, is to fucking individually, like, oh, you're visualizing it. You're like, alright, I'll fast on melons for, like, do a melon fast for 2 days. Cut out, no coffee, no fucking, no nothing. I'll do the breath work and maybe psychedelics, but obviously you don't have to do that. That's just me, maybe. And it's like, but then also you do the grounding, whereas there's like that, search grounding. There's lots of documentaries where you just put your bare feet on the grass and walk, essentially. I heard on an Arby Marcus podcast, someone referenced that a doctor once said, just like a cancer patient or something of that nature, that it would be wise for her to walk in the grass for 20 minutes a day to get better and potentially help with her cancer. I feel it intuitively. You can find Instagram reels that show like electric getting shot up your body with these like prods that measure it. And then also the sunlight and the breath work in the sunlight with the grounding. Maybe some are like, and yeah, like medicinal plants or whatever, plant medicines like psychedelics, mushrooms, for me anyway, personally. Obviously community guidelines, watch out, they are dodgy if you're not careful, in a sense. But like Mr. Nature told me that he took LSD in the woods for 6 months straight, and he didn't stop because it was clearly like the best thing ever. Psychedelics can be extremely healing. So you're doing all that, and then you're doing the breath work, and then a policeman walks up to you while you're smoking a blunt, just healing, trying to get through this life, and he's like, yeah, and you're like, I'm just minding my own business. And then, yeah, if you want to see that, go on my Instagram. It was I was doing an Instagram live, literally just chilling, and this fucking robot NPC just fucking put me in handcuffs and fucked my back up and fucked my wrist up. Yeah, I don't know, it was a bit mad, but yeah, fuck the I don't know, it's stupid. Just stay away. Literally, don't challenge them, bro. It's not worth it. Just stay away from them fucking police, bro, because they just got too much fluoride calcifying their pineal gland. They got cognitive dissonance. Not you, but the Fed. Alright. Yeah, so that's that. Anyway, right. Stop fucking sleeping with the internet next to your fucking face or your phone on charge, like here. Turn it on airplane mode and put it next door. Right? Don't want them EMF radiations and shit constantly in your pocket next to your skin. I swear in the manual, I've heard a lot of times, it's apparently advises to keep it away from your body. Get some fucking direction in your life. Pursue something. Stop just floating around. If you just go to work and come back and buy stuff and float and then do it again, and it's been a long time and you're not building anything, especially it depends. If you're a mother, then obviously you got that going for you, but especially if you're a young lad like myself and I'm just kind of free in the world, I'm going to be out here making money, supposedly it seems. So just if you keep floating around and that, obviously you wanna be able to provide for your family. You don't want to be a leech on your family. So take action. Action allays anxiety on some planes of consciousness. Obviously, if you're Buddha, then maybe not. Whatever. If you want to do that, but if you're Hamza or Jordan Peterson, then certainly action allays anxiety. So sitting around breeds anxiety and doubt. So get the fuck up, get out into the world, get working, get earning money, get cultivating, get working on your body, get looking into health, because health is directly tied with your consciousness as well. If you're looking for awakening, good luck doing that with KFC, bro. Yeah, so what I was going to say about the contrast with the health anyway, sorry, I'll keep going off, is, yeah, I've done the grape fast and I felt so good and so light and so clean and so pure that I was like, when I'm sober, I must be fucked. And I went back and I ate a bowl of cereal, it fucked me up. Just the other day, I was doing a fast for about 2 days and then I smoked some weed and got the munchies somewhat. And I ate some bread and some stupid shit. And it literally blocked all here up, man, and it was burning, like, kind of. It was fucked. I was like, oh my god, man, what the fuck is wrong with the food? It is fucked. Basically, there's sugar in everything. You've all heard it a million times. All the food is poison. Watch out, man. You can't even you'll buy a fucking salad from Waitrose or Tesco's, yeah, in a plastic thing. Obviously, don't do that anyway, it's a bit bait. I know obviously that's lazy and make your own salad, but I'm just saying, be warned, yeah, because they try and make it look sound, but you turn it over, bro. Salad has literally got like fucking 35 ingredients in it, like sugar and oil, and it's weird, man. I don't get it. That's what I mean, it's just confusing. Like, you go into a shop and I walk around it twice and I can't buy anything. So like it's difficult. It's fucking difficult. Stop getting vaccines from the government. Open your fucking mind up. Be grateful. Listen to podcasts. Go check my channel. I just released a video called The Power of Podcasts. Or The Power of Podcast. And I talk about how revolutionary the podcast and the talks and the conversations and the books and actually understanding that learning is wise and it's actually cool to learn, unlike what I used to think and what people portray in school, in a sense. Just it's wise to be wise. So gather wisdom and knowledge with epistemology. So when it comes to breath work, there's like meditation as well, but meditation to me, it hasn't, like, obviously there's strict meditation, which is essentially like focused strictly on the rising and the falling of the breath, or the body sensations, the present moment. to anything, and there's a variety of different meditations. But you can meditate in a kind of holistic way that's not exactly meditation, in a sense where it's just basically affirmations and like it's basically raising your vibration. You literally, like, you know, you do a bit of breath work, you do some meditation, you read some affirmations, or you say some affirmations, you cultivate a self-belief and implement your like Bruce Lipton's teachings and Dr. Joe Dispenza's teachings of epigenetics. Just sort your diet out, do some breathing. And when it comes to the diet, I was going to make a video, but just long story short, bro, just stop fucking around. Basically, like, you can, like I was saying at the start of the video, oh yeah, it'll be alright, I'll just eat this chicken curry, it'll be alright, you know, most people eat it, and it tastes good and that, and sound, but like, what if there's literally actually just poison in it, and you can't really notice it when you're eating it, but like, we know that rapeseed oil and fluoride is like very toxic, and chlorine, but they've got the vast majority of the population getting this through the mainstream sources, and that alone kind of makes you think that it's kind of normalized. But if you just understand that the food on the shelf is literally got poison in it, and it will actually cause a disease if you continuously eat it, you don't just go, like, oh, everyone eats chocolate. That's what everyone else does. They just go, oh, everyone else does it. What you want about? Like, that's what I mean. If I say it's poison, everyone's like, poison? What you want about? And like, again, I don't. It's not like a dogma. You can do what you want, but it is fucking poison. But people have just got like this group think, and it's just stupid. But yeah, just live with intention. And I ain't a guru. I can't say that I have successfully implemented all of these things, but this is just what I know. It's just, there's just various things. Like, look into the actual science of it as well. Self-love, before I forget. Actualize.org's video on self-love, the highest teaching in the universe. But just things like, supposedly, you're not meant to lay down or go to sleep immediately after eating a meal, or like boiling your vegetables, like, boils the nutrition out of it. Look into like mushrooms. Like, I've just got loads of. I'll show you. Also, this was like a hobby of mine when I was really young, and I didn't pick one up for years. And I just found one in the shop the other day, and it just brought back so much nostalgia, and just like have things around you that you've loved all your life, Like, I used to love the balisong knives or the butterfly knives as well. So I'll probably buy one. Because this has brought me quite a bit of joy over the past 2 days, because I literally, I can do it in like 30 odd seconds, literally. I uploaded videos before. But yeah, look at these. So my camera's focus is a bit shit, but we've got lion's mane, reishi, these are some mushrooms, turmeric, CBD, cod liver. I've got loads of them, there's fucking loads, spirulina. But that's just one step, innit? And then all I've been on the past few days is we got organic honey, organic fake bananas. I ate some organic raspberries and organic blueberries. They're all from the Babylon Waitrose though. Done some breath work. Smoked some high quality marijuana in organic papers. It's just little things like that. Like, stop smoking. You know what I mean? Stop smoking fucking paper. And like, just find a way to make it better. Inspector Veg told me to do. These are from Tesco's and stuff. Well, this one was from fucking Waitrose. He told me, do not fucking buy from those places ever. Apparently. I mean, alright, I'll get there. But yeah, maybe don't be smoking high quality weed. I don't know. Inspector Veg don't really agree with smoking. But yeah, just and just get like clear on like what you want. Journal, breathe deeper, nasal breathe, don't mouth breathe. Posture, exercise, obviously. get off of the synthetic drugs. Don't trust Babylon. Research alternative cultures, ayahuasca retreats. Consider potentially psychedelic medicine. Me personally, it's completely changed my whole life and my whole understanding of myself, and it gave me the most empowerment of the world. Look into deep and real philosophy and metaphysics. And raise your consciousness. Look into teachers such as Eckhart Tolle. Here are 3 teachers that have paid dividends to me, super ultra loads, over the past few years. Eckhart Tolle speaks on spiritual enlightenment, and just quick time. Basically, if you raise your awareness, you can understand that I am depressed, or my life is shit, are just sentences in the mind. And, you know, but it takes a minute to grasp it, and you'd be surprised how deep that is. And it's no longer, and this is a very, very big point. Eckhart Tolle was on the brink of suicide, and then he said, I can't live with myself anymore. This is how he tells the story. He said, I can't live with myself anymore. And then he thought, that's strange. I can't live with myself. There's seems to be 2 eyes. And then it kind of pierced the veil. And there's different levels of awareness where the narrative drags you through shit. The mind just starts talking, creates bare stories, and then it just pulls you into these future projections, and it causes so much suffering. The mind is the root of a lot of it. Just literally look into Buddhism. They talk about dukkha, dissatisfaction. There are so many ancient traditions and cultures that know about this stuff. That's what I mean. It's there's the grounded personal development shit, and then there's the actual the proper metaphysical, religious, spiritual fucking truths of the root of all suffering is clinging of the mind, end desire, end suffering, and things like that. So there are actual truths, and that's what I mean. It's just you just got to be on the lookout, and yeah, man. But yeah, I think that will do for now. I think that was quite good, and I gave you bare pointers, so I hope you can feel better now, ain't it? Get some sunlight. Realise that a big point is, I'm pretty sure that the whole way that we live is a lie. When I was saying earlier about why don't we all have farms, I really fucking mean it. I'm like I said the other day, I was just smoking a joint at the pond, and I literally got handcuffed, bro, and they literally come knocking on my family's doors and that. They're coming out of the Fed station twice, printing off bits of paper, making me sign it and shit. I literally put DMT in all caps in the signature. So I guess that's my signature now, if you want it. But I don't give a fuck about what the system wants to say my signature is, because my birth certificate is going in the bin. As Mr. Traumatic said. But yeah. That's it as well. So the reason you're depressed is not... This is one of the main points here. Is look, everyone's told you, if you've been depressed and stuff, this is how it was for me, kind of. Everyone's kind of has this assumption and these expectations, what's wrong with you? Grow up. I mean, think it could be worse. You've got everything you need. There's nothing fucking wrong. That's all I really had, to be fair. There's nothing really wrong with you. You're attention seeking. And I did at some times, to be fair. But why was I seeking attention? Why do people want... you know what I mean? That's an interesting... Nothing's black and white. That's one of the main lessons. And the more I learn, the more time teaches me. That's another point. Time is the teacher. The more I realise things are not black and white. Amor fati. and memento mori means I will die. Remember that. Remember that this form will crumble. Obviously, death is an illusion. This is the truth, basically, long story short. Death is an illusion, you're an infinite shapeshifter, and you reincarnation and stuff, and consciousness never ends. And then Amar Fati is kind of the idea, almost worth believing in, and I think it's just true in a sense, if you consider the fact that you are God, which is also the truth, but you don't have to believe me, I don't care. But that's the truth. Is that Amar Fati means everything that happens for me, and you learn from everything. Everything happens for a reason, essentially. What the fuck was I saying a minute ago? Yeah, basically, everyone's like, because you can be depressed, yeah, and what do they do? What do you do if you're showing, like, instability in your, like, maybe we treat it different physically, but you gotta understand, yeah, like, you can go to the doctors and they'll diagnose you attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, or autism. They can prescribe you these labels and say you've got a disorder, but it's like the root of that could be because you've actually just been like your mum was eating junk food while she was pregnant with you, and all her life previous, and then you done the same, and now you're just retarded, or maybe not even that, just yourself. Like, you can have a perfectly capable child. If you keep feeding him sugar, which is like, these refined sugars is like just a stimulating drug. It's almost kind of in the same dimension as coffee, because it's not like a proper trip drug, but it just like wires your brain a bit in a weird way, and it definitely alters your consciousness, and it's a bit strange. I filmed a shop the other day. I walked into the shop and I went around at QuickTime while spitting some Inspector Edge lyrics, and I was filming it, and it was like the A to Z of the whole shop, front to back. It's literally just like stimulants and poison. Like, don't confuse your addiction to refined sugar with hunger when you need your fix, because that's how ignorant. It's just ignorance, man. Just wake up. That's all. That's the main thing. You literally need to just wake up. And yeah. But yeah, they're saying it's your fault and they'll prescribe you a label and that. But it's that really, like, it is partly your fault, of course. It's the way you're thinking about it, etc. And the clinging in the mind. And if you create everything, then obviously it's your fault in the end anyway. But we won't get into that. But on the relative domain, the culture is toxic. Mr. Traumatic has a lyric. Mental health and depression, there's side effects of living in an evil society, or maybe you be binging every weekend and taking loads of drugs. You need to go away and learn about sobriety. It takes a big amount of willpower, quitting your addictions, but do it for yourself, don't rely on me. And if you're angry and you're moaning all the time, if you're spreading negativity, please do it quietly. I find the human brain fascinating, that's why I'm learning sociology and studying psychiatry. My curiosity is whatever. But yeah, that's it. Sound as fuck. I'll see you soon. End it. My name is OXSN. OXSN. The apocalypse is coming in. We'll hear some news in a month, but in 6 months it's gonna be a bit mad.